All right, update. I did it wrong the first time, and I'm gonna have to go back and redo it. So, all right, guys, we're back at it again. So, paint's got some good reflection in it, but here's my deal. See this? Doesn't work. So I got these brand new keys. They work great in the ignition because we replaced that, but they don't work in the doors, and I don't have a key for those locks. So what we're going to have to do is replace those things, which you can barely see from back there, because whenever they painted the truck, they just painted right over them. I guess it was too hard to mask that off. Sorry. There's the 928s in here. So what we did is when we bought the ignition key set, we went ahead and bought these door keys. So that set of keys right there, which does the ignition, also does those two. So that way we'll be able to lock the truck and nobody can get in and take it from us. Because, you know, these old cars are probably pretty easy to hotwire. Not that I would know. But anyway, that's that. So we're going to have to work on getting those in the door. And the way we're going to have to do that is from the back of the door. Makes sense, right? You won't be able to do it from the front. So we're going to take that black panel right there off. I'm going to probably go ahead and get rid of that speaker while I'm at it. But once we got that all taken out, then we'll look up in there and see how we got to reach in there, what we got to do. Hoping this ain't going to be a big job, and I can get this done tonight, so we can stay on track for taking this truck out tomorrow and going on a little trip. Not far, but just going someplace with it for the first time. So I'm going to dig in and see how many of these screws will actually come out. I think some of them are already missing, but other ones aren't. So we'll see which ones want to come out and which ones don't. Go ahead and say a little prayer if you believe in that. Hopefully they'll come out without breaking or stripping or whatever else. So here we go. Okay, so got that off. There's all the screws. It came out just fine. No issues at all. So once we got that off, found an old roll of electrical tape. So definitely don't need that anymore. I'll hook that back to the trash can. But that's that. And then in here, I'll find you some light, but everything seems to be okay. Not a ton of rust, no other major surprises. So let me get the light in here and then we can work on showing you what's going on. All right, I got my little forehead light. So anyway, so down here, you can see, if you leave some spare electrical tape, but nothing else too crazy going on. Looking good there. Then you come up here, that needs to be replaced, but I knew that. Come up here, and there it is right there. So all we got to do is disconnect that thing and get that out. Just got to pull this, so which will work on that. Well, that's it. So not too hard to reach, and hopefully we can get that new one, get that one out, and get the new one in without too much drama or cussing. So anyway, we're gonna work on it. I'm gonna first off disconnect this little thing before we start doing anything else. So I'll disconnect that, and then get this clip out of the way, and then hopefully it comes right on out. So anyway, I'm gonna get to work and hopefully show you that I got it done. All right, everybody, got this piece out. It wasn't super hard. All I did was use these channel locks here and just grab a hold. However, when I pulled everything that way, my elbow hit that right there and hit my funny bone, but it didn't laugh. So there's this clip right here is what holds on the little I don't know, little rod that comes down there. So it goes on like this from underneath, and there's little grooves in that rod that slide into this groove, and then this little tab right there hooks up in a hole it's having trouble focusing, but that little tab right there hooks in a hole and holds it up so it doesn't slide off. So anyway, I finally figured that out. Not super hard. I did bend it a little bit, but we'll bend it back. It should be good. We'll use it to go back on there. So that's that. And then I'll get you some light going here. But there it is right there. So you can see this. That's that little lever right there. And I got the clip off. So now, in theory, yep, see? Pushes right out. So now we just got to get the new one, shove it in the hole, put that big clamp back on, and hook that little lever. All right, so I'm going to work on doing that and show you when it's all done. Okay, so there's the old one and the new one. You can see this one looks very original, but just if you look here, you can see how that's set up. A little bit different than this one, but pretty much similar. The other issue I saw is this only has one hole, and that has two. So what I was trying to explain with this clip is, so you put it about right there, and then you slide that rod in the hole, and then this slides the rest of the way up, like that. And then that tab clip goes in this second hole. You know, so that's how that slid on there. And when it does that on this side, you know, this little groove right here, if I can get that to stay up, but that little groove right there would capture some grooves in the turn it around there. But that little groove right there would capture some grooves in that rod. So since I don't have that second groove anymore, or that second hole, I guess I could try to drill one to hold that clip in place, or just hope that it stays. I don't know. We'll see. I may just have to drill one, because if I take this and put this on here like that, it doesn't have any way to clip, but could drill a hole. I don't know, let me think about that. Because if that falls out of there, then I don't have any way to lock and unlock the truck. I don't know, let me think. I may have to drill a hole, may not. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and put this one in. I did end up drilling a little bit of a hole there, so at least be something for that thing to catch on to. This came with these rubber things, which the old ones didn't have either. So we'll get these all put in the hole from the outside, and then we got this clip and that clip to hold it in from the inside. So let's see if we can go get it put in. Okay, so there you go. Went ahead and got that in. As you can see, the new clips are a little bit longer. They stick out further back there, but they're the same general idea. So I got that in. I couldn't use the little rubber gasket because it wouldn't let this clip get under these flanges. And then this, I got in here, got hooked up. So that's all set. Just, you have to rotate this until it reaches where that'll all go in and be fine. I think I got that where it's latched. So I think that's it. So that's that side. If you'll bear with a old man getting up off the floor, we'll come around here to this side, and there it is. You know, doesn't look the greatest around the edges there, but at least I have from back here, it's now chrome, just like everything else. We'll work on the door handles and stuff as we go, but anyway, we got chrome, got that swapped out. Now let me grab the key and make sure this thing's gonna actually work. Okay, so as this happens with all these projects on old stuff, is you do a little bit of work and then you find out you got some more work to do. So yeah, that's just dirt or something. We'll figure that out. But so anyway, the key does turn. As you can see, the key turns. So that part's fine. And right now, this See, can't open it. So that's good. The issue is I need to turn the key back left to unlock it, but I can't because the mechanism inside is stuck. So I'm gonna grab a can of WD-40 and then go meet you inside. Okay, so it looks messy. I sprayed WD-40, I got that. What's supposed to happen is that thing's supposed to go up there, and when it does, it stops. You can see the button up top goes to a lever, and then that lever gets blocked by that piece right there. So like right now it won't open because you can't push the button in far enough to actuate the mechanism. The issue is when I try to do that with the lock, it won't go up, but if I do, it'll come down just fine. But when I try to push it up, it's hard to do with the key. But I can do it from back here. That part's good. That part's not doing as good. See, it's supposed to go up like that, and now that stops. If I reach around and try to push the button, see how it stops that lever? I can't. Here, I'm gonna have to flip you over. All right, so now the camera's on the other side. So anyway, if I reach around and push the button over here, see, it stops it, and it doesn't work. But if I pull that down, now I push the button, see how it goes, and then you can get in. That's not supposed to work, but with the key, I have a hard time getting it to go up enough to stop. So I'll just have to keep working on it, but it's fixed. I just got to keep wiggling that around. Somebody put a bunch of junk in there, trying to grease it up, but I think it just over time solidified. So I'll just keep working it back and forth, and hopefully we'll be able to get this to work right. But everything's in right. Just got to wiggle that around a little bit more and get it loose. But that's it. Let me I'm gonna go see if I can make it work with the key. Hopefully I can. And then that'll be done on this one. I mean, I got to go do the other side, but I'm not gonna make you watch that. But hopefully that's it for this. You know, I'll put this this piece here back in. I'm not using the speaker, it's completely disconnected, wires are cut. There's no radio in the truck, but I'll leave it there just so there's not a hole. So we'll work on beautifying the interior later. Right now we're just trying to get it running. Anyway, I'll work on that, get it loosened up some more, put this panel back in, and I'll show you all done. All right guys, here we go. I messed around with it some more, just kept working it back and forth. So you know, it's an old truck. It's got its things, but so here's the deal. It's currently locked. I can't push it far enough to open. So if I come down here and I go click, now I got it, right? Now I can push that in. Now what you got to do is on this, just kind of like give it a couple of bumps like that, and then now it stops. There we go. Just bring the key back to the middle, pull it out. It's locked. So all done. I'll put that in. I don't think I need to show you that. You saw what it looked like when it was in there. It's just however many screws that is. 8 screws, and that thing's back in. So we'll put that back in. I'll do the other side. Now that I know how to do it, it should go even faster. And we got a truck that we can lock and unlock with the same key that we used to crank it. So here it sits. Another project done. Getting closer and closer and closer to being able to get this thing out on the road. I mean, really, I'm gonna put it on the battery tender tonight So that's charging up for us. I'm gonna finish up that other keyhole so we can lock it, and then I think, yep, put the dash back together, license plate, a couple minor things like that. I'm gonna knock out an oil change on it just cause. So anyway, probably one more video where we just tidy up the last few little things to get this thing out on the road and head out on our trip tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss everything that we're doing here, getting this thing back out on the road. And the real reason we're doing it is because my son got a kayak, and during the day he needs this to be able to go take his kayak. So imagine that, 16 years old, driving this truck with your kayak in the back so you can go fishing. Man, he's not doing very bad, is he? All right, well, that's it for this one. Come back and see us next time. All right, update. I did it wrong the first time, and I'm gonna have to go back and redo it. So if you look under here, you can see I had to change this one around because whoever had put these in had put them in wrong, so that that lever, which you can see goes towards the outer part of the door, they had that on the inside. So then that little rod right there was not at the best angle to pull the mechanism, which you can see the other end connects up there. Wasn't able to pull that mechanism straight up and down, so you were trying to like work against physics, and that's what was going on the other side. So now I'm gonna have to redo the other side. Also, if you notice in here, you see this like glue line. Somebody had glued like no thinking crap house insulation inside of here, so I had to pull all that crap out, which was disgusting. I got most of it out, missed a piece, but anyway, that was horrible because that was probably, I don't even know, 30-40-year-old house insulation. Just, I don't get it. There's better ways to do that. Anyway, I got this one in here the right way now, so I'll go around and show you the key and how it just clicks both ways. No problem. I did spray a bunch of WD-40 up there as well to get everything moving again. But let me go around the other side and I'll show you how easy this is. Okay, so when you do things right, they work better. So with this, as you can see, button, no problem. And I just go click, lock, click, open. So there you go. Do it right and it works better. But that's the update. Now we got it right. Now I got to go back over to that side and do that side again. And yes, I had already put the panel back in, but anyway, I'm glad I figured out the right way to put this in, so now I'll be able to get the other side working just as good as I've got this side working. And now we can reliably lock and unlock this truck. So much better ending this time. So come back and see what happens next time. Mash that little subscribe button down there, help us out, get us moving along. I think we're at 570-ish right now. Just trying to get to 1,000 as a goal. Not gonna make a ton of money off of this stuff, but just looking as a goal to work on. There's the old E30 and stuff too. Probably bringing a boat to the channel here shortly too. So come on back, see what we got going on.